Salute, salute, salute. Bow. Nocturnal, man. Nocturnal thoughts. What's happening? Quick video, then I'm getting out the way. I'm going to title this video, Why I Choose Errol Spence, Part 2. I just did a video yesterday, Why I Choose Errol Spence. And I did this with the intention of speaking only positive about Terrence Bud Crawford, not tearing him down as a person, not tearing down his resume, giving him his flowers, giving him his roses, giving him his accolades, giving him a proper salute, but still picking Errol Spence. Now watch how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna talk all negative shit about Errol Spence in this video. From a negative perspective, from a negative dimension. I'm gonna say all this negative shit about Errol Spence that I think is negative. And I'm gonna still show you how I pick Errol Spence against Terrence Bud Crawford. Pay attention. Errol Spence, man, he didn't really get his bones from fighting champions in the ring. His reputation was built off of sparring against Adrian Broner, sparring war stories. His reputation was earned from sparring against Floyd Money Mayweather, not in the real under the bright lights against champions, but sparring of rumors. And he was used by Mayweather to cause interference from Keith Thurman getting a shot. So how can we say Errol Spence is the truth if you can go through his resume and see that he really ain't fought anybody significant? He hasn't really fought undefeated champions. We can say when Errol Spence fought Kell Brook, oh yeah, he went to the man's backyard in hostile territory behind enemy lines. But Kell Brook went up to fight Triple G, GGG, and GGG broke his eye socket. So then the man had to come down. Kell Brook was weight drained and he was coming back from an injury, which made his other side of his face more susceptible to injury. So Errol Spence, we'll give him his credit, but Errol Spence, you know, he was beating a weight drain, damaged Kell Brook. Then we say, who is Ocampo? Who is Ocampo beat? That was a tune-up showcase fight for Errol Spence. When he fought Sean Porter is not a elite A-level fighter. He lost all his biggest fights. He lost against Kell Brook. He lost against Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman let Danny Garcia and Sean Porter fight for that little belt. And when Sean Porter had his belt, Errol Spence came and fought him, and Sean Porter gave Errol Spence the fight of his life. And really Errol Spence, if it wasn't for the knockdown, Errol Spence was getting outboxed by Sean Porter. Errol Spence showed all his flaws in his Sean Porter fight. He exposed that he was flat-footed. He exposed that he can't pivot. We can also say, oh man, Errol Spence couldn't even knock out Mikey Garcia. Moving up 2 weight classes, little Mikey. And Errol Spence couldn't knock that guy out, but yet his strap season, man down. But he can't even man down little Mikey, coming up from 135. Who was his best win? Danny Garcia? Who has Danny Garcia beat elite at 147? Every time he stepped up, he came up short. Yeah, he was good at 140, but at 147, he didn't beat no real champions. He had a close fight against Keith Thurman, but he lost. He had a close fight against Sean Porter, but he lost. And Errol Spence didn't knock out Danny Garcia. So who is Danny Garcia to say Errol Spence is fighting the best of the best? And then we can also say, Yordenis Ugas, didn't that man already lose 4 times? He only beat Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao was old and inactive and hadn't had a fight since he won against Keith Thurman, took a break, and then fought Yordenis Ugas. So Yordenis Ugas, didn't he lose against Sean Porter? So how can you say Errol Spence is the better fighter from beating Yordenis Ugas when Yordenis Ugas got 4 losses? And he only can have his claim to fame by beating an old Manny Pacquiao. So you can discredit Errol Spence's entire resume. Lamont Peterson was already knocked out, and he was old and past his prime, and he was the smaller guy. Who was Chris Van Heerden? Chris Algieri already been beat by Manny Pacquiao. So who is Errol Spence's fault for him to be the truth and to be the best? Then you can tarnish the man and you can tear him down outside the ring. He had a car accident, drinking and driving, party lifestyle, undisciplined, fat camps. We seen him get all fat and out of shape and drunk. We seen him making videos with his girlfriend, eating strawberries and playing around in the hot tub. That dude's soft. Errol Spence soft. How can you say he the truth when you see him making videos, you know what I'm saying, with Yellow Beezy, dancing? That dude's soft. Some people can say, and I can even say this, and man, Errol Spence is a bitch ass nigga. He's soft. He ain't fought nobody. He ain't disciplined. He get out of shape. He's a drunk. Even when he finish a fight and you ask him to go fight Terrence Bud Crawford, all that man want to say is, I'm going to go back to my farm and get me some chickens and some cows and some more horses. So Errol Spence ain't put in none of the work to be considered a champion like Terrence Bud Crawford. I can see I can say all that negative shit and watch this. I'm still picking Errol Spence in this fight. So you got it both ways from Nocturnal. I made a video saying nothing but proper salute, positive things, great things, taking my hat off to Terrence Bud Crawford with all due respect, and I'm still picking Spence. And I just made a video saying all kind of negative shit about Errol Spence. All the, you know what I'm saying, flaws, all the imperfections. Tear down his resume, tear down the man inside the ring, and tear down the man outside the ring. And I'm still picking Errol Spence to be victorious in this fight. Those are my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Just Nocturnal thoughts, man. Salute, salute, salute. Go back to sleep. I know y'all sleeping while I'm working.